Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, the #1 place for all things modeling here on YouTube. My name is Gants and I've been modeling for 9 years now. And a few years ago, I won a little show called America's Next Top Model. So even though I may not be a supermodel or the best #1 model in the entire world, I have been doing it a long time and I've had a lot of experience. So I know a thing or two about the industry and I am here to share that info with you. So as you could tell by the title, today's video is all about how to become a model and especially how to become a model in 2020. So yes, in today's video, I'm gonna break it down into some really simple steps for how you can become an agency signed working model. So a lot of people surprised, agencies are still looking for new models. There is still work out there. It might be a little bit more sparse, but the industry is still alive and there is space for you in the industry. So over my 9 years of modeling, I have worked in Asia, in Europe, in New York, in LA, all over the world. And now I have settled in Los Angeles and this is where I call home. So over on my Instagram, which if you're not following me there, make sure to do so. My handle is here. Yeah, over on my Instagram, I get asked all the time, how do I become a model? And even though I have some videos available on my Instagram page and also on my YouTube, I think people are really in need of an updated version. So that is what today's video is. It is going to be a modern take on how to get signed, and I'm gonna give you tips from myself and also from actual modeling agents. My family over at Seattle Models Guild has been kind enough to offer you guys some tips and tricks from their perspective. So stay tuned. I'm gonna be giving you guys some of their advice and also some of my advice. So with that said, let's get right into the video. My shirt is like super crazy, so hopefully it's not distracting to you. But anyways, first things first, wherever you're located in the world, go to Google and type in modeling agencies in X, whatever city you're in. I would recommend trying the closest relatively big city to you. There are so many modeling hubs around the United States and also around the world, so try and find that big city or, you know, closest big market to you. So once you've found a list of agencies in the area, then you're gonna want to go to those agencies' websites. On their website, you're gonna see a whole lot of stuff, but the words that you are looking for are open call, online submissions, or recruitment. There might be a couple other ones that I'm missing, but usually agencies use one of those 3 buzzwords for the tab that you can apply to become a model. It is super cool that pretty much every agency, from the small ones to the super big ones, give you the opportunity to apply directly to the agency online. So these online submissions are a blessing and a curse. You were always able to submit online, but a lot of agencies also had what's called an open call available. Open call is just an opportunity for models to come in, usually like an hour slot on a Tuesday or a Wednesday or whatever, where you can just show up, meet the agents, and take some pictures. They'll take your measurements and you try to get signed. It was a great way to get your foot in the door, meet people in person, and really be able to leave that lasting impression with them. So now in 2020, because of this Corona situation, most agencies are only accepting online submissions. So the reason that these online submissions are sort of a blessing is because they're so easy to do, and it allows you to submit everything that you need online in the comfort of your own home. You can take as many shots as you need to, you can take as many takes as you want for a video. You don't have to worry about being nervous. It's all super comfortable and allows you to put your best self out there for the agencies. So once you have located that tab on the agency's website, it's probably gonna ask you for your name, your age, your height, your shoe size, your measurements, and your digitals. I'm gonna leave the first bit to you. I think you can figure out your name and height and shoe size. Am I right? The 2 that I'm gonna go more in depth with are the measurements and digitals. So let's start with measurements. They're typically gonna ask you for a bust measurement, a waist measurement, and a hip measurement. I'm gonna show you how to get each one of those measurements accurately so that you don't send false information to the agencies. And I took a little video for you guys to show you how to do it, but for the bust, you want to go around the widest part of your chest, and if somebody else is doing it, put both your arms down and just relax, and if you're doing it yourself, you know, relax as best you can, but hold it on that widest part. and round to the nearest 1/2 inch. Then for your waist, wrap it around the smallest part of your waist and make sure not to pull too tight and make sure not to hold it too loose. You want it just wrapped nicely around your body comfortably to get that accurate measurement. And then for your hip measurement, this is not another waist measurement. This is not like a thigh measurement. This is not, I don't know, a hip bone measurement. It is on the widest part of your booty. So you go around that widest part, and again, don't pull too tight, but you wrap it around and write down that measurement to the nearest 1/2 inch. I would recommend doing these measurements in either a really tight, form-fitting outfit with not a lot of fabric, a swimsuit, or if you're feeling really risque, you can do it in your birthday suit. That's one way to get an accurate measurement. All right, then for the digitals, typically they're gonna ask for a portrait or close-up shot, and that's just gonna be really tight, shoulders up. And then they're gonna ask for a 3/4 length shot, and that is gonna be about at your mid-thigh up. And then they're gonna ask for a full body shot, and you can probably guess what that means. Full body. All right, so for your grooming for these photos, you wanna go really, really natural. You could do a tiny bit of concealer or BB cream, but keep it light. And then my agency in Seattle recommends mascara, a little bit of blush if you want, and just a clear lip gloss. Just super clean and natural. They wanna see the real you. They wanna see you at your most natural self, and that goes for your hair as well. So however you typically wear your hair, wear it like that for your digitals. And for your outfit, there are 2 things that you can choose from. You can either do a super simple bikini, I would recommend black, but just make sure that it flatters your body. For example, I worked really hard to find a swimsuit that flattered my shoulders because I got a decent set of shoulders on me. So I learned over the years that halter tops are not very flattering on me, so I like to go for a straight strap top or a strapless top. And then for the bottom, my biggest recommendation is to get a swimsuit with tie strings, because those ones that are elastic and real tight can sometimes squeeze you and make you hang out over the sides and create bulges that wouldn't normally be there. But with a tie string bikini, you can tie it really loosely so that your body is nice and smooth and you don't have any of those bulges and creases. So that's the bikini look. And then the other thing you can do is grab a super simple black tank top and black skinny jeans, just something that hugs your body. I always recommend black as well. Some markets are okay with like a little bit more street style, like a rocker tee and ripped jeans and, you know, biker boots or something like that. But the safest call is to just go with something super simple so that they are looking at you and not your clothing. For footwear, you can't go wrong with a pair of heels. Just do one that you are confident in, that you're not going to be wobbling around in. And for the swimsuit, I oftentimes go barefoot and just try to go on my tippy toes, or some just flat-footed, but I think that looks really nice and natural and gives you that long shape for the swimsuit photos. You can also wear a pair of heels for those. The footwear is kind of a little bit more up to you, but if you just have a simple pair of heels that you are confident in, that is what I would recommend for your footwear. Another piece of advice from my agent is to go to the agency's website and check out some of the girls that they have signed. You can do that by usually going to the models tab, women, men, whatever you're looking for, and go through some girls. And when you click on their portfolio, a lot of times they'll have the girls' digitals right there on the website, which is an awesome cheat sheet to see exactly what type of digitals the agency you're applying to likes to go for. So for example, if I'm checking out Next Models in Los Angeles, you go to their website, you find a girl, you click on her picture, you go to her portfolio and try to find that digitals tab. If they have it, yay, woohoo! You can look at that and see what kind of outfit she's wearing, what kind of shots they like. If she maybe has like one sitting on a stool, you know that you have a little bit more creative freedom with how you capture your digitals. Maybe they have one of her smiling. Whatever it is, it just will let you know kind of as a base what you want to go for your digitals as you submit to that agency. All right, so you've got your outfit, you've got your shoes, you've got your hair in very light makeup ready to go. Now what? So I would find a really simple backdrop with good lighting. Try maybe a wall at your apartment complex, or, you know, in front of your garage if it's just a blank wall. It can be a blank wall in your home that has really good natural light coming in. See how my video today has this little ring light in it? I would not recommend using one of those for your digitals. Natural light is going to be best for these photos. You can take your digitals literally on a cell phone. You don't have to have a professional camera. So in these shots, like I said, you're doing some close-up, you're doing some 3/4, which is that mid thigh up, and you're doing some full length. Some smiling, some serious, some hair up, some hair down, and some from the profile and some straight on. And then from there, you can look at all the photos that you got from the day and select your best photos of the bunch. And nowadays, they're allowing videos, so I super recommend taking a killer video that shows your personality and shows your look. And I asked Christy, who's my agent at SMG in Seattle, for her biggest tips on these types of videos, and she said she gets hundreds of these submissions, so you have to stand out. Otherwise, you'll just be another girl in the crowd. So like I said, I would show your personality, be your quirky self, whatever it is. And also don't be afraid to share a little bit more about yourself. In that beginning portion, throw in maybe your favorite hobby or what you do for physical activity or whatever you see fit. It doesn't hurt to share a little bit about yourself when you are seeking out agency representation. All right, so you have finally finished the process of submitting an application online. You've filled in your information, you've taken your measurements and filled those in, you have taken your digitals and submitted those, and you have taken a killer video that shows your personality and your gorgeous look. So then it's kind of a waiting game for a minute. I would also recommend always checking out the agency's Instagram to see if they have any additional information. Maybe they are having a contest where you can use a hashtag in your photos to get scouted, or maybe they have a submission tab on their Instagram. I know SMG, my mother agency in Seattle, is always running contests, and so it's really fun to check out their page and see what they have going on for the time being. It's quite cool now that I'm thinking about it. There are so many options nowadays for how to get recognized. You could probably even tag the agency in your photos or in your stories saying, hey, I'm trying to become a model. I don't know. There are so many options available to us, so make sure to get creative, explore your options, and then also for each agency, do the basic online submission. That is what they'll ask you for, even if you find some other way around it. All right, so well done. You have submitted online. Good job. Woo! You are one step closer to being an agency signed model. So from there, if an agency is interested in you, they will probably ask you to come in to take some digitals at the agency so that they can get them exactly how they want them. And they'll also start sending you on test shoots, start getting you some castings, yada, yada, yada. But first, I would like to say, if an agency ever asks for payment upfront, run the frick away. A real modeling agency does not ask you to pay anything upfront. If there are any costs, such as a comp card or a web fee, they will take it out of your first paying job. So if anybody's asking you for any sort of money for anything, do not do it. So the only thing you might have to put up a little bit of money for in the beginning is your first test shoot. If you have absolutely zero photos or maybe zero really strong photos, it's not a bad idea to do one test shoot. And the reason I say it's okay to pay for it and not just find one randomly for free is because test shoots are collaborative. You're both gaining exposure, gaining experience from the photo shoot. But when it is your first test shoot and you need these photos to really accelerate your career, you want that shoot to be all about you. Not about the clothing, not about the earrings, not about the photographer's artistic direction. You want that first test shoot to be photos that show you. So there are so many photographers that do paid test shoots. You can ask your agency or look online, but it doesn't hurt to pay for that first one so you get some really solid shots that will start your portfolio. That's what I did, and this is how they turned out. I'm really glad that I had these because they were the first photos in my portfolio. So my agency was able to have those to submit me for other test shoots, for jobs, yada, yada, yada. So once you've got that first test shoot under your belt, whether you paid for it or not, I would start looking for some more test shoots just to gain experience if you are brand new. And there's no real hard rule for this, but just be careful, you guys, because if you're going on Craigslist or DMing people on Instagram or whatever it is, you can definitely come across sketchy people, and I just warn you to be careful with who you communicate with. Don't give them any unnecessary information, don't meet at like your house or something, and just be careful with the ways that you find these photographers. I would suggest that you start by asking your agency for a list of photographers that they trust, and if that doesn't work, you know what I like to do? I go to the agency's website, I go to the girls that they have signed, I go to those girls' Instagrams, and I see what photographers they have worked with. So it's a bit of a process, but that way I feel that it just makes finding a photographer a little bit more legit. Pro tip, loop in a makeup artist or stylist so it's not just you and the photographer in the beginning. Until you know your network and your market, you just have to be careful, you guys. So that is my recommendation to you as you start shooting. All right, so you have signed with an agency, you've done your test shoots, you're starting to develop a portfolio. Now it's time to start going on castings, and your agency will submit you for these. But the reason I'm putting this in this video is because it's very different than usual. Usually castings, you go in, you meet with the client, you try on some clothes and show them your book and you leave. And now I have been to 1 or maybe 2 in-person castings in the last year. Online submissions are everything. So for an example, some of the castings that I've gotten, I've had to send in selfies. I've had to try on clothes in a video format. I have done a Zoom casting. I have had to take digitals in specific clothing and send those in. So it is all digital these days. So it's really important that you get good at those. And again, show your personality in these videos, in the way you talk, your smile, your movements, just show them who you are. For example, for that casting where I had to try on clothes in a video, I made it like a dancing video, and then I also sent them photos of me in each outfit. So I really was able to have some fun and show my personality in like the funny dancing video trying on the clothes, and then they also got their super serious, clean shots of me in the clothing. So like I said earlier, whoa, it never hurts to show your personality in these videos and photos. So I guess by that point, you've signed with an agency, you've done your test shoots, you now know how to do castings. There's not really a whole lot more for me to tell you. At that point, you are a model. So I hope that this video helped. You don't have to live in a big market to become a model. You can do it right near your hometown, maybe just a couple hours away to the bigger city. You don't have to have any experience. You can take your digitals literally on a cell phone. You don't have to have a professional camera. If you want to become a model, find that blank wall, your simple outfit, grab a friend and a cell phone, take those digitals, submit online, and get to work. There is space for you in the industry. And if you follow this video and my simple steps, you can become a model. So with that said, I wish you the best of luck. Please let me know if you found this video helpful. I hope that you're able to implement some of my tips and tricks. And thank you again, Christy from my mother agency in Seattle, SMG, for submitting some tips for me to share with you guys in this video. I was really appreciative that she was able to share her tips with us. Thank you for watching, you guys. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss another video coming every Monday and Thursday here on my channel. If I missed anything and you still have further questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.